What we hope to accomplish through the new autopsy is to have a true independent outsider, hopefully someone with some national reputation, to examine the body and give us a true independent view of what happened to Stephen that day. And the reason why the family does not accept the outcome of the first investigation is multiple, right? So Stephen's car supposedly broke down about 3 miles from the place where his body was found. To accept what's been told to the family so far, you would have to accept that that car having broken down in the middle of the night, that he walked for 3 miles down a country road, that he never one time used his cell phone in that 3 mile walk to call or text for help, that a car struck him, and that his body suffered no apparent injuries from the torso down, that he still had his loosely tied shoes on his feet, that he landed in the middle of the road with no skid marks and no vehicular debris of any kind whatsoever. So everybody in South Carolina knows someone who's either struck an animal in the road or they've done it themselves. I can tell you, if you strike a dog, a deer in the roadway, it destroys the vehicle. So it is unacceptable to believe that this accident happened the way it was determined and that there were no evidence, no debris of any kind whatsoever.
So how did this happen that authorities accepted that this was a hit and run?
It seems like the case did not advance to the SLED level. And SLED in our state is the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. They are our top cops. If this was a vehicular matter, it would be left to the Highway Patrol. We think at the first pass, it was summarily and maybe lazily characterized as a hit and run because he was in the roadway and his vehicle was found some distance away. And we didn't get to that higher tier of investigation that we would have with SLED.
You have said that you are not suggesting in any way that the Murdaughs were at all involved in this, despite the fact that this happened near their home, but also that a lot of this apparently caught the attention of law enforcement during the investigation of the Murdaugh murder trial. When you look at those dots and try to connect them, I can understand why you don't want to take that leap yet, but is there smoke?
It is true that during the Murdaugh murder investigations, for whatever reason, SLED came across something that caused them to reopen the investigation into Stephen Smith. We don't know what that is. So for the time being, we have to deal with the facts that we have at hand, and those facts are the physical evidence in Stephen's body, which hopefully we can have examined independently and determine whether or not that first conclusion was correct. We just don't accept that it was correct. We know someone out there knows information, and they've carried the weight of their knowledge for 8 years now, and I know it's burdening their soul. So please put that weight down. Call SLED, call the AG, call us. But we intend this time to get real answers about what happened to Stephen Smith.